Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Imam Sahib in this verse says that we are these days hearing of the events that occurred around the migration of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The entire journey from Mecca to Medina was extremely long and extremely difficult, and this is a distance of around 250 miles, and there were many difficulties and dangers on the journey, and this journey was undertaken with extreme determination and resoluteness, and it was completed in 8 days. Whenever they got a chance to travel, they would continue to travel either during the day or during the night. And throughout this journey, the Hazrat Abu Bakr Anhu performed his task, his obligation as a devoted servant with extreme responsibility and much effort. In the previous verse, we have heard about the incident of Suraka bin Malik, who was trying to capture the Holy Prophet ﷺ. When he approached the caravan, the Abu Bakr Anhu became extremely worried, and he looked at the Holy Prophet ﷺ and said that, "O Prophet of Allah, we have been caught." And the Holy Prophet ﷺ at that occasion repeated the words that he had said in the cave of Thor, that La tahzan inna Allaha ma'ana, do not be afraid, Allah is with us, Allah is our protector. And another matter to do with the incident of Suraka was that when at the request of Suraka, the Holy Prophet ﷺ gave him a signed guarantee of his safety on a piece of skin, so that his life would be spared if there was a time when this issue came to the fore. At that time, the Holy Prophet ﷺ also gave Suraka the glad tidings that what will be your state when you will have the golden bracelets of the Caesar of Rome in your wrists. And this was a prophecy which was fulfilled during the era of the Caliphate of the Umar Zanho, when along with the other spoils of war, the Muslims were given the gold bracelets owned by the Caesar, and the Umar Zanho gave them to Suraka to wear in order to fulfill this prophecy. Now, in this incident, we saw how the Holy Prophet ﷺ was protected from the enemy, and in the second incident that occurred was that a companion of the Holy Prophet ﷺ by the name of Zubair bin Lawan met the Holy Prophet ﷺ on this journey. He was coming down from Syria with a trade caravan belonging to the Muslims. When he met the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he offered them gifts of new and white clothes, and this was something incredible, that in a desolate desert, what they needed was offered to them, and they put them on. And on the other side, the Holy Prophet ﷺ's arrival in Medina the news had reached Medina, and all those people who had become Muslims at that time in Medina, they got the news that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is about to arrive, and their eagerness is mentioned, that every day they would go to a high place of the black rocks called Harra, and they would go there and they would wait for him with extreme eagerness, and then they when it was afternoon, then they would return to their homes when it would become very hot. So because they didn't know when exactly he was coming, he knew they were coming anytime soon, but obviously there was no way to know exactly when they would arrive. So they would come every morning and wait their arrival and then go back home. One day, after waiting for a long time, they returned to their homes, and as soon as they arrived home, a Jew climbed a hillock for some task of his, and he saw the Holy Prophet ﷺ as his companions from far away, and they were wearing white clothes that shone in the desert. This the same clothes that were given to him by the companion. So this could be seen from far away, and they were becoming more and more visible. So, which meant that they were coming closer and closer to Medina, and they were becoming more and more discernible. At this, that Jew, couldn't help but shout in the loudest voice possible that, "O Arabs, here he is. Here is the person you have been waiting for all these days." When the Muslims heard this, they immediately picked up their weapons, and they involuntarily just ran to welcome the Holy Prophet ﷺ in that area of Harra, or the Black Rocks. And then there is another incident that is recorded, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ went towards the right, and he went to the home of Amr, and Abu Bakr Anhu at that time was speaking to the people, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ was seated in a very dignified manner, very quietly, and he was deep in thought about the future and was engrossed in prayer. So those people in Medina who had not seen the Holy Prophet ﷺ but who had become Muslims, they thought that that Abu Bakr Anhu was the Holy Prophet ﷺ because he was speaking more and he was meeting people more, while the Holy Prophet ﷺ was engrossed in prayer and deep in thought. But when the sun went to the direction of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, went over on, then Abu Bakr Anhu shaded his head with his wrapping cloth that he had wrapped on his head. And at this, then the people recognized that he must be the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and this illustrates the down-to-earth nature of Abu Bakr Anhu and the love and care that he had for the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that in this way he made sure that the people realized that the blessed personage that they had been waiting for was there. The Holy Prophet ﷺ stayed in that area for around 10 days, and he laid the foundation of a mosque there. And then the Holy Prophet ﷺ set off for Medina, which was his ultimate place of arrival. And his camel was left to stop wherever it wanted to stop. It stopped at the place which is now the Mosque of the Prophet in Medina, and which belonged to that area belonged to two orphans, and it was bought from them. And so the Holy Prophet ﷺ arrived with safety at the location that he wanted to arrive at, and the blessed era of his life that was spent in Medina thus began. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.